Cheers. I work with Lester Crest. In high-end scores, taken elegantly, using the latest tech. There's a terabyte truck on Warstock I can turn into our nerve center. Get one, we'll store it under your club, and get moving on this.
Good to see you. Hello? Hey, you!
You know, and you don't want a back rub. How can I help? Okay, so you're in serious trouble, and you need my help. Okay, okay.
Excuse me.
Oh my god. Okay. Okay, well we're just gonna talk about whatever. Include microphone audio and video clips. Yeah, okay. Alright. So, okay, I don't even think the audio is recording yet because the stream is... stream's not on tactic. Ah, there... Oh. Okay, I died. Alright, well... So today, me and Paul, we're going to be talking about games that are coming out and any theories and thoughts we have on the games. Because we were meant to do something like this like 3 months ago, but we're really bad at recording, so, you know, we're just going to stream and go with the flow. Know what I mean?
Yes.
Right. I know the little message at the bottom said starting at 6, but that was a typo.
Yeah, I'm sure. Oh,
Because...
wait, did you actually say that?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I meant to say 5, but then...
Oh, by the way, we just made a shocking discovery of some dude in a session called Storm.
Before you say the shocking discovery we made, Cuffin, the only reason it said 6 was because I thought it was 10 to 5, but it was 10 to 6, but it was 10 to 5. And I remembered that
discovery's only 3, but it's 38. Oh my god.
But I realised that it doesn't go from 4 to 6 PM, so you know.
Anyway, enough of just stalling, Jaden.
I'm not stalling.
First, I want to tell him. First, I must say the shocking is, and then secondly, we're gonna get into heated discussion on whether Jaden finds his fancy. At first, there's some dude with Stormtrooper in a session, and we just found out he's purchased 38 private dances. Yeah, he's only level 200. Sad.
Yeah,
If
only
you- for those
38.
wondering-
I've had like 50 and I'm like a level 100. I'm joking. What level am I?
I have no idea what level you are.
I'm
Alright.
level 119. Alright.
What's up first? Yeah, we're playing GTA in the background because we wanted to have a personal touch, so we might as well, you know, play games.
Plus, I think we wanted to talk about the night after hours DLC.
Nightclub, yes. I'm actually heading over to my nightclub. You'll probably see us get the Black Madonna on screen, the new DJ. Anyway, Jaden, our first topic.
Alright, so
The
thing- the things we are talking about: Fallout 76. Then I'm not saying these in order, by the way, of like when we're talking about them. Red Dead Redemption 2, Last of Us 2, Pokemon Switch, Smash Bros. Cuff me, hang on. And I
Hello,
forgot.
how you doing? How
Can
I
you not
help?
ear rape with Lester, please?
I'm afraid
Like
not.
Lamau.
Give me a call back when simple decisions don't freak you out so much.
You're in for a dead man. Anyway.
What one? Oh, Life is Strange 2 as well.
Oh, cuff! I forgot to put that in the phone. Oh well, it doesn't matter. We're already like halfway through the stream now. Whatever.
What one do you want to begin with? You choose. Life is Strange 2. So Jaden had like a huge theory that was confirmed in the trailer. So first, trailer. Let's talk
Yep.
about that.
Wait, the trailer that just came out, or the trailer that I got the theory from?
Well, for now, let's just talk. Oh my god. Let's try and rephrase. No,
English, please.
Right, let's talk about the very first trailer, like the police car. So
Okay.
Jaden is the Life is Strange nerd, so he's gonna tell us.
Basically, I had this theory that if you haven't played Captain Spirit, slight spoilers for the ending. So, everyone thought that the main character Chris in the Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit had superpowers because at the end he goes to try and he goes to climb his tree house, but then one of the steps on the ladder breaks and he falls to the ground and it looks like he's about to like snap his neck, but then he starts floating and everyone thought he had like superpowers. Then he looks over and this little kid's like waving at him, just like hello. So then everyone thought that he had the powers, and then the first trailer pretty much confirms it. But thanks for the game. Oh my god! Thanks for the. Oh my god! Anyway, thanks to the first part of thanks to the first gameplay trailer, we know what happens in that. Oh my god! Thanks to the gameplay that Don't Nod released, we know what happens in that trailer now. So thanks Don't Nod for confusing the crap out of me. Anyway. So the trailer is basically a policeman who magically, through the trailer and the gameplay, switched from black to white because, you know, continuity. I'm not joking either, you can check it out. I'm being dead serious. In the first like teaser trailer he's black, but then in the gameplay he's white. I'm not even joking. Anyway, So you hear in the background a bunch of voices screaming. One of them is obviously the cop, and in the gameplay he's like very fidgety because obviously he's a new cop or something. And then he goes like flying across the screen because there's a time jump. And then you hear but before he gets like thrown into nothingness.
I'm so confused.
Okay. So an officer's just like driving down the street in Seattle because it takes place in Seattle, by the way. So basically, officer's walking around. He sees the two. He sees the older brother of the two, and this bully fighting because of something I'll talk about in a second. And the police officer sees this. He tries to stop it, and then
Wait, that was in the gameplay, wasn't it? The fight.
yeah. we don't actually see any of this in the teaser because it's just from the dash cam of the officer's car, and
Is
you
he
hear in the
Is he in the gameplay, the officer?
yeah.
Oh,
But anyway,
kind of cool.
so in the trailer you hear something about Daniel someone trying to calm a person called Daniel down. Daniel's the little brother of the two brothers we saw at the end of Captain Spirit. I'll go into the two brothers a little bit later on because the Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit actually has kind of a spoiler, I guess.
At the same time, I love how they actually. Those of you who don't know what the Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit were, it was announced at E3, literally moments before Life is Strange 2, and it was announced as sort of a demo for it.
No, Life is Strange 2 wasn't announced till after, but go on.
No, it was. I'm messaging you about it. Yeah, because I was up all night, because here in the UK, the Xbox One was at 11 PM at night, obviously, that's PM, and honestly, that's late. But I stayed up anyway and I watched it, and then Life is Strange 2 was announced, and then I messaged Jayden, and then I don't think he even believed me or anything, but they announced, they didn't even say it was actually a demo for it, or like a little look at it or anything like that. I thought it was a totally different game, but I saw the Hot Dog Man guy, so I knew it was in the Life is Strange universe, so I thought it was just like a spin-off game. But then it was
technically.
actually revealed. Huh?
Technically it is.
I guess so. But then it was revealed it's actually like a beta for Life is Strange 2, well not beta, demo. And what I love about it, let me get to my point here. What I love about it is that it's the whole time Chris, the little kid, that's who me and Jayden thought we were playing as in Life is Strange 2. Oh my god!
What?
This guy's had 47 private dances. Anyway.
Alright, just carry on.
So me and Jayden both thought we were going to be playing as Chris for it, and we didn't even know about those two kids until the very end, where he started levitating. I still thought it was Captain Spirit just levitating. It had something to do with Arcadia Bay. But then Jayden brought up the two kids, and then we're like, you know what? That makes sense. And then I think Jayden got the theory or something. Jayden explained the theory. Oh my god.
Okay, so my theory's kind of changed now thanks to.
Wait,
oh my god.
Let me speak again quick. I'm sorry, I'm just taking the spotlight here. I'm actually going to get to my point now. The whole reason I liked it, we were convinced we were going to play as Chris, but now it's confirmed that Chris is probably going to be a side character. So
I don't think he's going to show up till the very end, and I'll say why now.
Alright.
Okay, so basically, in the gameplay trailer, I don't think Daniel knows that he has his powers yet. It starts off with our main hero, who we don't play as the one with the powers, I don't think. I'm pretty sure Daniel, is the little kid, has the powers. I'm not 100% sure. But the main character we play as, whose name I forgot because he doesn't have powers and I don't care. Yeah. He gets off the bus and he's talking about going to this party. He sets everything up, but then set in October, the same year as when Captain Spirit takes place. But Captain Spirit takes place. I'll shut up now and get to my point. Anyway, okay, so his brother makes a Halloween costume. He's a zombie, right? He's covered in fake blood that he made. He goes outside and he accidentally like chucks it on like this bully from the main character's school. So the bully starts like beating up Daniel, and then the main character goes outside to sort it out. But then we learn that Daniel and his mother, Daniel and the main character's mother ran out on them, but the dad is obviously still there. So
Isn't that the exact same thing? No, wait, no. Chris' parent died, didn't he?
Yeah. Anyway, so he starts beating up the bully.
By the way, this is the first time we've ever done something like this, so it's going to be awkward at some points.
Yeah. So
I'll get that out of there.
I need to remember his name. I'll check it in a minute. But he starts beating up the bully, and then the cop comes past, and I don't think he's ever dealt with like a fight before. So he like pulls out his gun immediately, and he breaks up the fight. And then his dad comes out and starts trying to calm the police officer down and the kids. And then they start to get a little bit aggressive again, and the police officer accidentally shoots the kid's dad. I don't know if he's dead or not. It doesn't really prove that he's dead. It just shows his body lying there. And then Daniel goes like uber crazy. I'm pretty sure it's Daniel, and because he screams like right as like the Jedi Force push thing happens. And then the main character wakes up and he sees his dad probably dead. Sees the police car like flipped over and the officer dead as well. There's like chaos all up and down the street, like roads cracked and stuff, and then he picks up his brother, runs into the house, grabs his bag, and then they both leave, and I'm pretty sure that's where it ends.
You know the first trailer?
Yeah.
That's the piece of YouTube, obviously, but I didn't actually realise the whole car flipped. Did that actually show any of it in gameplay?
Hang on, what?
So in the first trailer, the police car flips and you've just brought it off in my head. I had no idea what was happening in the first one. The police car flipping in the gameplay.
You're really quiet.
How am I quiet? I'm right next to my mic.
You were quiet.
Alright, is this better?
Yes, much.
So, in the first trailer we see the police car flip, right?
Mhm.
Do you see it in gameplay as well?
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure the main character gets knocked out, but it shows like the police car flip and.
Actually, kind of a sequel, or it's set after like episode 1 of Life is Strange 2.
All right, I'll talk about it now in my theory. Okay, so my theory is, do you know? Okay, so in the gameplay trailer, they both leave the area they live in because the guy called in backup right before we got out the car, right? You can still hear me, right? You can hear me, right?
Yes.
Alright, sorry. So they leave the area they live in, and he picks up his brother, he gets his bag, and they run off. In the trailer, because it says something about a new journey or something, my theory is that they're going to... Okay, so in Captain Spirit, their neighbour is like this nice old woman. I have a feeling, again, don't count me on this, but I'm pretty sure she might be like their grandparents or something. The kids' grandparents, like her and... Do you remember the old woman? The one who has the same last name as me? Yeah, I have a feeling she might be the kid's like grandmother or something. So they're trying to get to there. So they go all the way to Washington. Obvious by the ending of Captain Spirit, because Captain Spirit takes place in December, whereas Life is Strange 2 takes place in October. So I have a feeling they'll be travelling for a little while. They'll get there, and they live with their grandmother to be like safe or whatever. And I don't know how it's going to end. I don't know whether the ending of Captain Spirit is the same as Life is Strange 2, or maybe it's the ending of a different episode. Either way, it's still kind of a cool idea. Oh my god, you're like the quietest thing ever. I don't fucking know. Just like Jesus, man.
Like, turn down the audio, turn it up. I'm speaking into my...
Alright, Jesus, sir. Yes, sir. No, it's louder. Right. Alright, carry on.
Is that good?
Yeah, that's fine. Just keep talking like that.
Okay. Right. Life is Strange 2, feel like Tekken Spirit actually takes place after Life is Strange 2. If you think about it, I don't really feel like the whole story of Tekken Spirit takes place in Life is Strange 2. Like, they just need a little time for it. There's no point at the same time because it's like, as you said about how the grandmother take them on, whatever. It seems like they're doing it for ages. And this is December as well. And if this one's set in October, then yeah, I feel like Tekken Spirit is already going to take place in October 2. So technically, they've spoiled the ending for us already.
It might not even be the ending of Life is Strange 2. That might take place like after. But then again, they wouldn't set up like a big story like Chris's mother dying and then him being blamed for it by his dad and then just leaving it like that. Kind of confusing. I'm sure we'll figure out. I'm sure we'll figure it out eventually. But as of right now, we don't really have much, you know, context for anything. Okay, I can't cuffing hear a word you're saying. Give me a second. Just goddamn. I don't feckin' either, okay? Just give me a second. I'm trying to figure it out. What do you mean I'm... Oh my god, how am I dumb? I'm...
Yo.
Hi. Oh my god, this is pissing me off.
Wait. Is that good? It sounds muffled.
It does.
What the hell? What does it sound muffled?
Slightly.
Is this fine? Look, I can feel it. Move on to a different subject or just something like this.
Okay.
Say your theory to the world there.
Okay, so if you haven't seen the actual trailer for Life is Strange 2, I recommend you watch that now. And only because the beginning and the trailer are exactly the same. It's the exact same scene and everything. So at the beginning it shows Daniel and the older brother walking down a road, and then the ending is the exact same shot with the exact same line from the older brother, and like time kind of rewinds. So obviously there's going to be some link to Life is Strange 1, possibly, seeing as how saving Chloe instead of the city is the canon ending for Life is Strange 1. It could have caused like a paradox or something, because we don't know where they go to afterwards. So maybe they might even run into Max and Chloe, because I'm pretty sure they said something about going to Seattle, and that's where the two lived before, you know, their dad died and stuff. So I have a feeling that they might run into Max and Chloe, and then Max might do something with time travel, because the trailer literally rewinds itself and then goes back to the opening shot of the trailer again. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe it could just be the thing that, like, because Max kept going back in time in the canon timeline of Life is Strange 1, she kept going back in time too much, so it caused a time paradox, and then, I don't know, messes up time, and it could like put Daniel and the older brother in like a constant loop. I'm not 100% sure who has the powers. I'm confident in my thought that it's Daniel, the little brother, but at the same time, it's not. It doesn't really confirm much in the gameplay. It could be either one of the two, really. Like there's no way of knowing for sure, really. So until Life is Strange 2, we're just gonna have to be kept in the dark a little bit, unless they do more gameplay stuff, but I highly doubt it because it comes out in a month and like 2 days, so well, I guess we won't know until then, really. Yeah, that's I think that's all we have for Life is Strange to talk about, because yeah, that's it really. I don't think there's much else. There's something I feel like we should talk about in this. In Life is Strange, not Life is Strange, in the Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit. If you have played it and you haven't seen this, I recommend you go play it and see for yourself as you're listening to this. Basically, on the bookshelf in the living room, just behind where Chris's dad is, you can find a book which is written by Mark Jefferson, who was the creepy rapist, druggy person thingy from Life is Strange 1, who drugged and kidnapped girls and then took them to his basement under a farmhouse and took pictures of them, really. And then I think some of them died. Rachel Amber died, and I'm pretty sure the cover of the book is a picture that Nathan Prescott, his like apprentice person thingy, took a picture of when she was drugged at a Vortex Club pie. This might sound like a bunch of foreign language to you, but you know, if you've played both games, you'll probably know what I'm talking about. One really cool thing I think might happen is that okay, so seeing as how time travel will obviously be a part of it because it's a direct sequel to Life is Strange 1, I have a feeling that at some point in the Captain Spirit storyline of Life is Strange 1, something will happen. Maybe they'll meet their mother again, but then Max or something uses her powers or whatever, and then they go back in time. Chris has the chance to save his mum, and he possibly does. And then Daniel and his brother might be able to save their dad, but at the cost of like losing their mother again. So like they'll never meet her again, and then she probably won't recognize them. I have no idea. I'm probably reading way too into this, and I think that's way too big of a story for Life is Strange. I don't know though. I'm sure it'll be fine. I don't really know, but yeah, like I said, we're just gonna have to be kept in the dark for that for a while. So that's it for Life is Strange 2. Don't know what else there is to really talk about it for Life is Strange 2. What should we talk about next? I think me and Paul should talk about the After Hours DLC for GTA 5 next, because everything else is too big of a topic to talk about. So hopefully Paul will come back soon and we can talk about Life is Strange, Walking Dead Season 4. No, GTA After Hours. I'm getting all my games confused. So as you guys can see right now, I'm literally playing GTA in my nightclub. I'm in my nightclub as we speak, just walking around. It's really cool because in the After Hours story, Liberty City, the place from GTA 4, had a massive flood, and this guy who's from one of the DLCs, The Ballad of Gay Tony. This is Gay Tony right here. Tony Prince, I think his name is. He was one of the people who escaped Liberty City during the flood. I can't remember if it's confirmed that Niko Bellic is dead or not. I'm hoping not, because he's a cool character and everything. I'm pretty sure he might be dead though, which kind of sucks, but you know, I mean, the guy who voiced him left, so it would kind of make sense. Anyway, so that's basically just the main story of it, but oh, that's kind of cool. There's not really much to talk about for the After Hours DLC. I mean, me and Paul both have nightclubs, and As you can see, my popularity for the nightclub isn't very high. If we look down here, yeah, there's not really a lot of people. I'm not sure if you can really see it because of all the lights. Hang on. But yeah, there's some new additions, like some cool cars. There was a few free cars you could get, like not free as in like the number, free as in you don't have to pay for it. There's a few cars like that you could get. One of them was like heavily armored. The other one is just a nice looking car, which is what is the purple thing I was driving earlier. But yeah, I think the After Hours DLC is pretty cool. It's a nice addition to GTA. I think the next big update is the Mansion DLC. Well, obviously you can buy mansions and stuff. Yeah, not really a lot to talk about. You can and stuff in the nightclub. I'm pretty sure you can press a button anywhere and you can dance. Not that button, that's to sit down. Yeah, you can pretty much dance anywhere in the club, just as long as you're not in the office or anything. I don't think you can dance in the office. Oh, you can. So yeah, dancing is pretty basic. You just press X to the beat of the music, and then this happens. Yeah, the dances aren't that great in this. There's some cool DJs though. They're actual DJs from like real life. I don't know who any of them are. I'm pretty sure they're the same. They have the same names in this. There's Black Madonna. There's that guy. There's this guy whose name is Solomon, I think. Yeah, and then you got English Dave. He's not a DJ. I can't remember what happened to him after like the missions you had to do to set it up. Yeah, there was a guy called English Dave who was pretty funny. Yeah, there's really not a lot to talk about in this DLC, other than it's cool to have a nightclub and you can just like dance wherever you go now, pretty much. Yeah, so there's really not a lot to say for nightclub. Just I would say it's nice to have one if you have a lot of money to spare on GTA, but I don't know, if there's a lot you still want to get, I'd like the Deluxo and stuff, I'd say wait to get the nightclub last, only because other than pretty much making you money while you're offline, it doesn't really do a lot for you. So, you know, it's kind of pointless, really. It's a cool DLC, and the dance actions are really cool and funny and goofy, but yeah, like I said, there's really not much to the DLC, to be honest. Let's see what this looks like. Oh. Okay, it doesn't change me, it just changes the people who come in, I think. Anyway, yeah. So that's it for Nightlife After Hours DLC, whatever the flip it's called. Oh my god, what happened to you, sir? You look like one of the Super Mario Bros. Let himself go and just. Anyway, I'm not gonna insult NPCs. That's pointless. Right. What to talk about next? Walking Dead, Spider-Man. I don't think there's many more things we have to talk about. I'm pretty sure the only things we have left are Red Dead 2, Spider-Man, Walking Dead Season 4, and Last of Us 2. I want to save Last of Us 2 for last, because irony, and only because my theory that I have for it is it makes way too much sense. So, and I'm pretty sure it's a solid theory for what it is. But so I'm going to save Last of Us 2 for last. What should I talk about next? Hang on. I think we should talk about Spider-Man next, only because that's coming out like in just over 2 weeks, maybe even 2 weeks. Yeah, just under 2 weeks, I think, actually, which is pretty cool. No, not even, well, hang on. No, not even that. I'm pretty sure it's like a week and a half or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, a week and 6 days it comes out, I think. How many days? Hang on. Let me do the math real quick. Yeah. 13 days until it comes out. So, yeah, that's cool, I guess. Alright, Spider-Man PS4. I don't really know a lot about it. I think I'll wait until Paul comes back to talk about it. Oh, speak of the devil. Alright.
Hello.
Hello. Alright, we're talking about Spider-Man PS4 next.
Are we?
Yeah.
Nice.
Alright. I don't really know a lot about it, so I think you'll have to take the lead on this one.
Alright, well, the story, I still have no idea. I think it begins with Wilson Fisk being arrested, the Kingpin. Like, the story I actually have no idea about. I think that's the one thing that Kingpin...
Tony Stark is dead, right?
Villain. What? No!
I thought you said Tony Stark was dead.
No, he's in, I think, where it's at in the comics right now, he's in a coma.
Oh, yeah, and then it's just like an AI of
And
himself.
It's supposedly set in the comics universe. That's why the Avengers Tower's there, Wakanda's there, Catherine, Oscorp, you know, it's all that lovely jubbly. Yeah, the main villain is Mr. Negative, I think his name is.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure of his powers, but he looks amazing. He looks like a filter. You know when you do that reversed filter, or whatever it is, he just looks like some dude.
Yeah, when you invert colors, that's basically what they did to him.
Yeah, basically. I'm not sure about his abilities, but I do know loads of villains are in it. There's a bunch of mystery villains which we don't know about, which I think is a good thing.
I was about to say the
Because
Sinister
when I
Six,
played
but like
through it-
every Spider-Man villain is in it, really.
Yeah, but we don't really know that. The ones that are confirmed, I think, are Scorpion, Electro, Black Cat. There's going to be a whole DLC expansion focused on Black Cat as well. Hopefully the Lizard. I think Dr. Octopus was leaked as well. Kingpin's on it, obviously. I don't think the Avengers or anyone else are going to show up. There's definitely going to be references to them.
I think Doctor Strange shows up because of a storyline they're doing, where like him and Doctor Strange go into the not the quantum realm. What's the place they went to in Doctor Strange where he was like thrown around?
Mirror Dimension?
Something like that. They go into the mirror dimension, I think, and then they find a villain in there and they have to fight him off. So I'm pretty sure Doctor Strange might be in it for a storyline.
Maybe that's the DLC. So I know at the moment there's 3 planned DLCs, but the grand plan is that it's going to eventually turn out like the MCU, but a video game form. So
Yeah.
that should be really damn cool.
And two things. The gameplay has improved quite a lot. Like the fighting, I'm pretty sure is just the same as what it was before, kind of.
In previous Spider-Man games, when you don't see where he's swinging at, everyone said, just assume he's swinging on the helicopter. So I think there's like one time in Spider-Man PS4 where you don't see where he's swinging at and he's off a helicopter, just as a reference to that. But yeah, there's characters like Miles Morales. He's in it already. Kind of cool. Mary Jane Watson's in it. You can actually play as her at some point. I'm guessing Aunt May's going to be in it. We'll probably get a backstory, even though the story of it is that Peter Parker's been Spider-Man for 8 years.
Mhm.
So, you know.
So he's not in high school or anything, is he? Because he didn't.
No, he's got his own company, I think.
Oh. That explains why he looks rich as calf.
Yeah. Yo, land, let me in.
Oh, for God's sake! All right. There's really not a lot to talk about because there's not a lot they've released other than like suits and stuff.
Well, the suits. The first one's isn't it Spider-Punk, which is a Spider-Man in the multiverse, basically. So they're making that suit. Another one, the Iron Spider. This mic, dear God, the Iron Spider from Infinity War. And the third one's a completely new one called the Velocity suit, and I have no idea what it does.
I recognise the name, but I don't
Yeah.
actually know what it is.
I can't get in.
Alright, let me invite
I'll
you.
just follow.
Okay.
No,
Yeah,
I'll
get in the
follow.
chopper and cover me.
Yeah. So yeah, the whole thing is, they want this to be the next MCU, but in video game form. So the Avengers project will probably be linked to it somehow. I can't even get in that. And yeah, just more games will come out. I have a feeling Tony Stark's going to appear in it though, because apparently his mentor is going to appear, and the only mentor he's had is Tony Stark, and he's going to be tutoring Miles Morales. So, you know, once again, not sure about the story. I think Green Goblin's in it at some point. I know Norman Osborn is, so probably Green Goblin. Harry Osborn's in it, of course. Basically, that's the cool thing. And I know I keep like overlapping myself now. Even J.
When-
Jonah Jameson's in it, which makes sense, but yeah, they've been doing like these little promotional videos showing off each different things like combat. One thing I should speak about, they have a social media aspect of the game. It's like a parody of Twitter, I think. And it's like all the NPCs will actually tweet about like stuff going on
They
in
did
New
that in the
York.
Amazing Spider-Man games, and it didn't work very well. But in this, it actually they've shown like screenshots or something of it. It actually looks quite, you know, good.
Yeah, and all the combat's better. Like the only gameplay, quote unquote gameplay I've actually seen, is of very first mission, and I know part of it is where you have to like swing on a crashing helicopter or like stop it from crashing in the street or something. The cinematics are so cool. Like this is definitely the ultimate Spider-Man game, and I really hope
Nice pun.
this is the perfect way. This is the perfect way to start the gaming universe, especially since we already know people like Doctor Strange, Iron Man, all that already exist as well. It's absolutely perfect. So I really hope it does well. I know 3 DLCs coming out. I'm not sure what the other two are. Only one of them. First one's Black Cat, and the other two I don't know at all. I kind of want one to be focused on Venom, because one, it'll probably do good promotion for the movie, and two, oh my god, hold on.
Paul, I need some assistance. I can't turn. Oh, that's because you don't use it R1 or L1.
Sorry for talking, focus here.
Right, one thing that has improved massively is the swinging, because in the last two Spider-Man games, like you could literally swing off anything, like no joke. You could swing from the clouds, for God's sakes, but now it actually looks like you can oh my god! You can actually, like, if you pay attention to detail, like, I'm pretty sure there's a photo mode, so you could, like, check for yourself, like, when you swing, it actually, like, attaches to buildings and stuff.
Yeah, and apparently, what I think it is that each analog stick acts as, like, you aiming to swing off of. So, if there is nothing to swing off of, he would just fall, which is awesome, to be honest. It's cool attention to detail. Stan Lee, obviously he's going to be in it at some point, because he has to be. I think, because in the previous Spider-Man games, didn't he own like a comic book shop or something?
Yeah. That was on the Amazing Spider-Man 2, though.
What I think is going to be is there's going to be collectibles around the world. Hold on.
One thing I know they're not doing for sure is hammering in the with great power comes great responsibility thing. Only because it's in the game, Spider-Man's already been, well, Spider-Man for like 8 years, so like there's no point in him really having the Uncle Ben storyline in it, because that was like 8 years ago. So could you imagine if like Uncle Ben wasn't dead, like in the game?
In one storyline.
Because I don't think Spider-Man would actually be Spider-Man without Uncle Ben's death.
Yeah. I was saying, I want the collectibles around the world to be not something like stars or coins, or whatever, but to be like comic book pages or like actual comic book covers, because I think they did it in Amazing Spider-Man 2, but it was all fake stuff, really. But this
Could you
time it actually
could you imagine
seemed
if they like
authentic.
poked fun at DC, at the Arrowverse for like having a bunch of Marvel references? So there's like a bunch of like tishy, crappy versions of like DC comics, like actual DC comics, but like really tishy made versions.
That'd be good. Kind of funny as well. But as I was saying, it's like the suits, for example, they're like. I know it sounds like it's going too deep into it, but it needs to be said. People are going to get confused. Like, if you see, for example, him wearing, like, I don't know, a symbiote suit, okay, in this game, but it's like an unlockable suit. If in future games he gets this symbiote suit and he's like never seen it before, it's because these suits, they're not part of the lore. It's just something fun to use, you know. All games have stuff like that. But some people, they're going to look too deep into it because Marvel, and looking too deep into Marvel is what me and Jaden do. So it has to be said, and it'll be the same with the comic books. Like, some people are going to go crazy about the fact that, you know, Captain America swinging around a shield fighting crime, but there's a Captain America comic, you know. Like, people are going to be confused about that, but just, you know,
It could be like a
it's not
Logan
the
thing
lore, it's
where the
just not-
superheroes have been around for a long time and there's comic books made about them.
maybe, but it's not part of the story. It's just a collectible you can get. So let's clear that up.
Not really much else to talk about, is there? Because for most of these games, not a lot has been like revealed about them, so we don't really know for sure.
What do you want the free DLCs to focus on?
I want the really cool DLC. I want the biggest DLC to be the one where him and Doctor Strange like enter the mirror dimension.
Yeah,
Because there's a really cool like cartoon episode where they go into the mirror dimension and they fight. No, it's not Dormammu. It's someone else, I think. But they fight like this really big enemy, and it's really cool. And but because like the mirror dimension has like no physics whatsoever, like Spider-Man can like swing anywhere he wants. So
fair enough. What about the other two? We know one of them's Black Cat, so what's the other one you want? We?
No, I don't know what else there should be. I would say it should be like a Civil War thing, but like Tony's in a coma and there's an AI version of him, so it wouldn't really work.
Yeah. I want the two to be one of them focused on the lizard. I don't know why. Either the lizard or Venom.
I think Venom. Maybe they could do like a symbiote DLC.
I kind of wanted to say that for another game, but
Yeah, okay.
One of them is obviously Black Cat, and then the other one I want to do what Jaden said, like the Doctor Strange and Spider-Man one. That'd be good. Yeah, not really anything else to talk about. However, I'm pretty sure David might have mentioned this before. On day one, we're going to be there doing a video on it, and let's be, well, I think that's the next Let's Play we're doing, isn't it?
It's the first big Let's Play we're doing besides Walking Dead Season 1, obviously.
Yeah. Fair. Next, I guess.
I think the next one on the list is oh my god, stop with the croaky voice. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the next one. Oh my god, what is wrong with my voice? Alright, the next one, Cuffing Hell, I'm pretty sure is Walking Dead Season 4. Like, we're discussing what might happen next and like where do we go from where we left off, you know?
Yeah.
So, Paul, would you like to explain what happened in episode 1?
No, you can. I'll just explain Spider-Man.
Fine, okay. So, basically, in episode 1, Clem and AJ find a house, right? And they use it for supplies. Well, they get some supplies, but then the grenade blows up. So they go back with this group that saves them later on. Can't remember what the group is called, but they live at like a... What is wrong with my voice? They live at like a school place, and there's a bunch of kids there. It's led by a guy called Marlin or something like that. Basically, a guy comes in while they're getting supplies from the place, and they oh my god. It turns out that he's part of a group of raiders that Marlon has run into before, and basically there's a character called Tennessee, or Ten for short, and we find out through Marlon that his sisters died from a walker, but then we also find out from Brody, I think her name is, that Marlon actually gave them to the raiders in return for safety. And she also tells Clem that he's going to give up Clem and AJ to the raiders for safety as well. And the episode basically ends with Marlon killing Brody. She becomes a walker. Clem has to put her down, and then she goes outside, and she's being accused of killing Brody, not Clem, even though it was Marlon. So they have like this kind of democracy thing where they're trying to decide what happens next. In our playthrough, I sided with Violet, I think her name is, or something. I think most people sided with Violet, and then it seems like he's calmed down. He drops the gun he has on Clem, and everyone's calmed him down. And then he apologizes, and Clem says that he can stay, but he has to be a prisoner, kind of like how Negan is in Walking Dead right now, the show. And right as she says that, he's about to say something, but then a bullet flies through his head and a bunch of blood spurts out. He falls onto Clem, and then Clem looks over and AJ's holding the gun. Now in my playthrough, I gave AJ advice, something along the lines of never hesitate to shoot something, or something like that. And right after he does it, everyone looks at him and gives him the death stare, and he says something like, "What? I didn't hesitate," and then it ends. Kind of a cliffhanger. It's kind of a cool ending, I guess. I don't know whether that means AJ becomes a psychopath or something, because at the way it kind of portrayed him at the end, kind of seems like it. Only because AJ is always concerned about him and Clem's safety, so like it would make sense, I guess. But oh my god. So it makes sense to have that kind of storyline where like AJ becomes kind of a psycho. At the same time, I don't want them to do that, because I have a feeling, because this is Clem's last season, so like her having to put like AJ down or something would be really depressing end for her story. One kind of cool thing I wanted to point out, really, if you have the game, if you go into episode select, episode 4, the final episode, because there's only 4 episodes in the season. Episode 4 is called Take Us Back, and it's a really cool Easter egg actually, because it's called Take Us Back, because after season 1, when Clem shoots Lee, and the game ends, the song with the exact same name, Take Us Back, starts playing when the credits roll. I thought it was just a really cool detail. I hope they did it on purpose, because that's a really cool detail for like the end of like the entire universe they've been creating. I don't know what this means for Clem though. I have a slight feeling that Clem won't die and she'll be brought into the TV show somehow, because Robert Kirkman, who leads both the TV show and the games, the Telltale games, he said before that he wants Clem to be brought into the show. And if he's basically, he tells Telltale what they can and can't do. So like, he could tell them to not kill off Clem so that he could bring her into the show in one of the next seasons. I have a feeling it will be season 10 though, or maybe the second half of season 9, because they're doing something new with this one. Normally there's like a 2-month wait, but with the final season it's only about a month wait or something like that. So the next one comes out September, about 10 days before Life is Strange 2 does. And then it's literally just a month's wait between each one. And it ends right when, I think it ends December 14th or something. So around the time that Walking Dead Season 9 will have its mid-season finale. So then she could be brought in at the mid-season finale. And then she could be, I don't know, the next Rick or something. Because Rick is, I think he's gonna die this season because he's leaving the show and he's only got 6 episodes. Maggie is gonna die as well. So they're both kind of the authority figures, so they need a new leader. And Clem, being the only responsible character out of all the adults and people in the Walking Dead Telltale games, it makes sense for her to be the leader. And yeah, she's like young and unexperienced. She's like 16 or something, which is crazy when you think about it, because she was like 9, so she's been in the apocalypse for like 7 years, which is just crazy, man. Yeah, I don't really think there's a lot to talk about with Clem, because I hope she's not going to die. Robert Kirkman himself wants her to be in the show, so I think if he wants that, killing her off would be a bad idea, because he's the one that tells Telltale what they can and can't do for the show, not the show, the series. So it would make sense to keep her alive and bring her in maybe this season or the next season. I'm hoping it's this season, and I hope they get a good actor for Clem, because she out of all the comics, all the TV shows, out of every Walking Dead thing ever, she is the best character that has ever lived in the Walking Dead universe. One thing I think they should do, while we're on the subject of Walking Dead, this isn't about the game or anything, but while we're on the subject of The Walking Dead, I think that, okay, so there's a comic storyline. I think it's only one comic though. It's set in the same universe as The Walking Dead, and I'll tell you why now that it's such a big deal. In the comic storyline, it's set in France or something like that, and the main character is this French lady, and oh great, I'm not in the party, hang on. So Paul, you've been here the whole time. My God, man. Anyway, so in this comic, it takes place in France, and there's a French lady who meets none other than Rick's own brother, and it ends with her getting bitten, and then they're on a boat. She dies, and I think she gets put down. I'm pretty sure it just ends there with her being put down. We don't know if the brother survives or not. I'm hoping they might bring him into the show before Rick dies and leaves, because I mean, kind of a cool end to his storyline if his brother came in, and then maybe he gets killed by his brother. Because as far as I can remember, the last time his brother was mentioned was by Laurie, I think, back in season 1 or 2, and she said something about them not getting along very well. So it would kind of make sense for like them to have a fight or something in one of the next seasons, or this season even, because it's Rick's last, and he kills him or whatever. I don't know. But one thing I think is really messed up for season 9 is that Maggie's been pregnant for like 3 years and she still hasn't had a bump. There's a 1 year time jump between season 8 and season 9. It doesn't look like Maggie's had the baby, so either she's really cuffing slow at getting pregnant, or she's already had the baby and they're just not showing it off. But yeah, we're not talking about the show, we're talking about the game. I'm hoping they find a good actress to play Clem, because Clem is like the biggest character in all of The Walking Dead. She's been through the most. She's like, she on the same day that she had to kill her protector Lee, her best friend, is also the same day where she saw her parents as mindless walkers. Like, that's a lot to go through in like one day. It's crazy, man. But like, her character arc is one of the strongest and most important storyline in all of The Walking Dead, because it's the one that everyone always talks about. Whenever, I guarantee, whenever you talk about The Walking Dead, if both of you have played the game, you'll get onto the subject of Clem possibly being brought into the series, and what the ending of the game might mean for her and her character. I'm really hoping. I doubt she will die, is all I can say, because it's kind of like if they killed off a really likable character in the show, like Daryl or something like that. Like if they, like the time they nearly killed off Daryl, like that would cause a huge uproar in fans and the entire Walking Dead community, because Clem is such a beloved character, and to just kill her off like that would be kind of a stupid move, to be honest. So I highly doubt she's gonna die. If she does die, then when I play her, I'm probably gonna cry like a baby, because I've pretty much been. I got into The Walking Dead from the games, and although I don't watch the show anymore, I really want to see her in the show, because I think it might make the show a lot better than it is. I'm not saying it's bad or anything. I'm just saying it's hit a point where its popularity has kind of shrunk and not many people watch it anymore. I'm one of the few that still does. Paul is as well. Me and him really like the show. The only reason I haven't watched it is because I keep hearing from people that the show isn't that great anymore. But I'm pretty sure in the new season coming, the Whisperers get introduced into the show, and I'm about 90% sure that we've seen the Whisperers before in the show. But there's heavy implications that they will be for definite in season 9. Like, for one, at the end when Maggie and Eugene, is it Maggie? I can't remember. Someone in Eugene, they cover themselves in mud, and you hear a walker say something along the lines of "Where are they?" as they're walking past, which is kind of cool.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, I don't know why I got into the subject of this. Oh my god! I hate my Wi-Fi. As I was saying...
That is weird. The stream looks beautiful, it's actually beautiful, but you're lagging in the party.
For God's sake,
What's the matter?
been talking for 20 minutes and you're saying I'm lagging. I want to die.
No, on the stream it's fine.
Oh. Well then, yeah, I don't know how I got into the subject of the show. I can't really remember, but it's a gaming discussion, not Walking Dead discussion. Right. So Paul,
Yes,
what do you think's gonna happen next in the game?
in the game.
Yeah.
I hope she doesn't die. That's all I can say. Because as I know Jane just touched on, Robert Kirkman, he can tell Telltale what to do and what not to do. And the ending of this season, what I wanted to do is they should end it so she can either go in the comics or the TV show. And then if she's in the comics, then eventually she'll go into the TV show. If it's straight into the TV show, I doubt she'll go in the comics. But as I was saying, I don't know if Jaden talked about this, but there is a time jump between season 8 and 9, and it's like, I think it was just a few seasons ago we saw Judith as like a little baby, and that was around the same time as we saw AJ as a baby. And now it's time jump like crazy in the Telltale game, and same with Walking Dead TV show, because in the latest like promo or trailer, I guess you could say, Judith is the exact same age as AJ, or at least they're around the same age, right?
I think AJ is a couple of years older,
That
but
means
yeah.
they're pretty much on the same point, and there's so clearly been a time jump in the Telltale games. Like, it's so obvious.
I mean, Clem can't go from 9
you
to
said,
like 16
she,
in like 3 months.
yeah, I mean, the Telltale game has gone through a lot more time than the actual TV show, but this time jump, it's a long while, because Lauren Cohan said that her baby on the show, when the season picks up, is like 1.5 years old now. And
Oh, and
season 8,
it's obviously a time jump. There's more proof to it being a time jump, because in the trailer, Negan's neck
confirmed
looks
it.
like completely healed, innit? So like, and he had his he had his
they
neck sliced
confirmed it.
open. So
But it could be perfect as well, because we all know Rick and Maggie are leaving this season or next season. They've already got a couple episodes until they leave, and the final episode of season 8, spoilers, kind of looks like a civil war is going to happen. So if both like the main characters die, I mean, she's got Daryl on the show and, you know, Negan, I feel like one of the best ways to save it would be by bringing in Clementine and probably AJ as well, or just one of them. I want it to be both, but it could just be one of them. I'd be happy, but please both. And as Jamie said earlier, Walking Dead season 4 ends around the time of the and I'm stuttering a lot.
same.
Mid-season finale. So in the next half of the season of season 9, we could see them in it, because I think it. Oh my English!
Alright. Okay. So
Basically-
okay, you carry on.
Alright, The Walking Dead season 4, it ends before the mid-season finale, meaning it's like, it makes sense to do it before the season finale than vice versa, if she's coming over to the show, right?
Yeah.
'Cause a lot of people watch the show and they don't even know the game exists, so that would be kind of spoiler, and vice versa as well, because a lot of people watch the games as well, and they're gonna go crazy if it's spoiled for them already, or you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's the perfect opportunity. Everything's adding up. If they want to save the Walking Dead from extinction, I really hope it doesn't go downhill. But with Rick and Maggie gone, it's clearly not going to be too good. Daryl's going to take the lead, so I'm really hoping. Honestly, it could be amazing. It could be better than the last couple of seasons, but I know not the whole fan base agrees with me here. I think season 8's one of the best seasons. And I know a lot.
No,
of
I
people
agree with you. I think season 8 is the
don't
best
give a
they've ever
toss.
done.
Well, yeah. Okay, then we are on the same page. So season 8, a lot of people. No, wait. This is a gaming thing. We're not going to go into that. But the whole thing is that although most of the fan base think season 8 sucks, I don't know why. Okay, but to save season 10 or season 9, because season 9 we focused on Rick and Maggie leaving, and season 10 we have no idea what it is, but it'll be perfect because we'll get all the fans from the games over onto the TV show, because the games are going to end, the TV show will probably keep going. They're already doing a crossover with Fear the Walking Dead as well, so it's literally the perfect time for a crossover, especially since the game is ending. And season 10 could go downhill, but if they bring in a character which millions of people love, then it's just gonna save it.
Oh my god! Alright, carry on. I am so annoyed.
Your question, I think she's gonna live, although I kind of won't be surprised if she dies.
I don't want her to die, because like Clementine is the best character in the entirety of The Walking Dead. Well, she's the most beloved anyway. Hello?
I can hear you.
Okay.
I don't know if that's what you're trying to say.
Like, to kill her off would be like if they killed Daryl, because he was the most beloved in the entire show.
Hold on, how are we gonna do this? Because I can't understand you from the party. I'm watching the stream in like my left ear. I've got you in my right ear, like from the party. So there may be a little bit of a delay, but I'm gonna answer you from the stream, okay?
Okay. Right, wait, is there a net type thing so I can't speak to you in the party? Oh.
It's like I can still hear you in the party, and confusing. I can still speak to you in the party. It's just you're lagging a bit, so I've got you on stream as well, just in case I can't hear you.
Okay.
Anyway, we've talked about Walking Dead for way too long now. So we should
Yeah.
move on.
Oh my god, we're over an hour and we've only talked about like 3 things, and like, oh my... This is not cool, man. I keep getting kicked out of the party. This is not cool. I'm about to lose my tish. I'm turning off Wi-Fi on my phone. This is redonkulous, man. This is actual hogwash. This is actual bull tish. This is so annoying.
How you doing?
Can I just point out that you're the only one watching the stream?
Oh, sweet.
Alright, this is gonna be fecking annoying as balls. Looks like I have to wait like 50 years for Paul to reply because he can't hear me in the party because PlayStation sucks! Anyway. Alright, so we're gonna move on from Walking Dead before we have an argument, because me and Paul always have an argument when we start talking about The Walking Dead. I think the only 2 things we have left are Red Dead 2 and Last of Us 2. Let's talk about Red Dead 2 next, because Last of Us 2 I could go on about for hours, and that's why I'm saying it for last, because I have a lot to say about it. Oh, yeah, Smash Bros, right. Yeah, let's do Smash Bros next, alright. More Smash! More Smash! Alright.
It's so weird hearing me. It's like a delay when you're on something else.
Alright. Alright. Speak about Smash, my boy. Because you know everything about Smash, and I don't know Tish.
Alright, hold on. More Smash, more Smash. Basically, you all know what Smash Bros is. It's like the Nintendo All-Star lineup of fighting games, really. And basically, the premise is basically. Oh my! Stop saying basically. Okay. Oh!
Basically.
I'm gonna cry. Right. Alright. Oh, sorry. Please wait a second.
Can we get an alright counter in the chat, please? We need an alright
Goddamn!
and a basically
Okay,
counter.
the basic premise is there's a bunch of Nintendo characters. You've got like Link, Mario's, Samus, etc. Okay. Oh! Can we please do something else first? Like,
Oh my god.
alright, take it away, Jaden. Do something different.
I don't know what to say about Smash Bros. I know nothing about it.
No, do something different then. Like Red Dead 2, Last of Us.
Let's just not talk about Smash Bros. because you're obviously useless. Alright, Red Dead 2.
Okay.
Okay. Alright. Base. Anyway, so Red Dead 2, I'm not sure if this is confirmed or not. My theory is it takes place between when John Marston is shot down and killed, and when his son goes to kill the person that John worked for, and then eventually got him killed. So if it is that, then this is technically a prequel, and if so, I'm hoping that we'll run into John Marston's son, because he is like a badass and he's amazing. What I'm hoping they do with the story, I still haven't seen the gameplay of it, so Paul, if you could tell us what happens in the gameplay trailer.
In the gameplay, the only thing they talk about in the story is that you sort of on the run from the law, because it's at a period in time where outlaws are being, well, stopped and hunted down basically, and like, stop! Oh my... Okay, I need to like, can we put some ban, like blacklist basically and alright on this channel please? That would be beautiful.
Yes.
Thank you. But apparently, no. Oh.
Oh my goodness. I don't know what the frick's up with my Wi-Fi, but it's really taking the piss now. Right, carry on. I'm not amused.
Okay, right. The story that they show is that you're with like a gang group. That's who our main character calls their family, and you go around with them. And they didn't really reveal much about the story because they wouldn't. It's just gameplay video. But yeah, that's the only gameplay we got. And the other like 6 minutes, just shut up. Just showed like how good the graphics were, basically. No, just basically. Like one of the scenes is where he like jumps out a window from a bar fight, and you see the glass go everywhere, and it's raining and stuff, so all this mud goes everywhere, and it's on his jacket. Like the whole point of the gameplay video is just to show off how good it is, and show off a little bit of the story, like survival, etc. Really, not that much. Like Red Dead 2, we hardly know anything about it. Oh wait, one thing we do know is horses. It's sort of like Zelda. You build up a friendship, quote unquote friendship, with the horse, and you can teach them abilities and stuff. And the more connected you are with your horse, the more better they're going to perform in different, well, things.
Scenarios.
You can like groom the horse and all that, and it just makes them better. So yeah, Red Dead 2 though, no one really nothing about it. But apparently online it's gonna be like GTA Online, but it's just gonna be like,
Oh, and the map is fucking enormous. It's like
Wild West.
it's like GTA. It's like GTA 5 map made a baby with all the other GTA maps. No, that's basically the description of the Red Dead 2 map. So
You can go to anywhere on the map as well.
I mean, because there's no cars, it'll take a long time, but there's trains where you can fast travel and stuff. Even in online, you can fast travel.
There might be carriages though.
Yeah, there are.
That feels like it.
But I don't think you can fast travel in those. It's kind of like the taxis, you can't fast travel in those, but on the trains you can.
The main thing is horses though. And we all know it's going to be weekly updates, and if this is technically the next GTA, then there's going to be big updates as well. But I'm not expecting like DJs to appear or something, so...
They start adding in like tanks and stuff.
Like this theme, like Wild West, horses, carriages, maybe unlock a new area, get some new missions, weapons.
Oh my god! Right! My god! God! Oh my god!
Do like a part 2 another day.
No, just carry on. Carry on!
What I said? Oh, okay. Alright. Alright. Okay, Red Dead 2. Nothing really else we know.
Alright.
This is confusing. Bloody hell.
Alright,
Those are
Ron
wondering
Weasley.
why we sound so high or just so confused. Okay, Jaden's internet is being weird. Where we're talking, I can't hear him. For some reason he's lagging, it keeps lagging out the party. But the stream looks beautiful, and both our voices on the stream are absolutely fine, so we don't understand what's going on here. Like, maybe it's even PlayStation servers just messing up.
Again.
That seems like the best option. Because the internet on the stream looks pretty good, but in the party, I can't understand him one bit. So, who knows? But I think for now, let's just move on to Fallout 76 so Jaden can talk about it.
Oh yeah, I forgot we were talking about that. Right. So Fallout 76. You can either play a single player or with a group of friends. Me, Paul, Loco Monkey Boy, and possibly Larry are going to be playing through it, and we're going to be building a huge base. I don't know what the story is for it. I don't think there really is much of a story other than you start in Vault 76, but then Reclamation Day starts and you leave the vault. Basically, if you know what Reclamation Day is in the Fallout universe, it's basically where vault dwellers, they leave they leave the vault after 25 years of being in the vault, and they go back to America and try and claim it, and well, not America, but like the area that the game is set in, and try and claim that city state back. So I'm assuming it'll have something to do with taking out like, I don't know, settlements, and like taking over West Virginia, I guess. I'm pretty sure that's where it's set. So not much to really know about the game other than there is a really cool feature where okay, so it's basically your server is on an online server, so there's multiple people playing as well on your server, which I think is really cool. I hope it doesn't lag. Cough cough. Elder Scrolls Online. One thing I think I can't. Oh yeah, wait, it is confirmed. You can get like nuclear launch codes and like go to a place, put in the code, and you can like nuke someone's base and like destroy everything they've probably spent like countless hours working on.
Oh,
it's
the nukes!
it's a really cool feature, and I'm pretty sure me and Paul are going to use it a lot because we're twats. So so that's going to be really fun. I'm pretty sure me and Paul will be like spending a lot of time on the base purely because the base is like an essential part of Fallout.
Which was it went through all the Fallout things, like trying to find like the father, finding Sean and all that, and like for Fallout 76, it's destroying XX underscore pussy destroyer underscore XX space.
Oh yeah. That's funny, yeah. Oh yes. Anyway.
That's probably what the story is for it. Just destroy other people's bases and stuff.
There might not even be a
Maybe
story.
I'm excited for this. It's because it's kind of ironic. Like as soon as we start talking about getting into the Fallout franchise, they announce a co-op one.
Well, I've always been into it. It's just you haven't. Just saying. But you know. Anyway, I don't think there's really much else to know other than Reclamation Day is a thing. So you're probably just gonna try and reclaim. I guess each group of people has like their own story where like.
Oh, there is one thing. They're. I'll wait till you finish.
Okay. I'm pretty sure like each multiplayer group has a different story to one another. So like, well, the same story, but like destroying someone's base is like probably an essential part of reclaiming West Virginia, because Reclamation Day they're reclaiming their land, their state. So blowing up someone else's base would make a lot of sense for reclaiming the land. And I don't know what else there is to talk about for Fallout 76, but I'll let Paul continue with his little thingy now. If it would stop kicking me out of the flipping party.
Basically, it's. Oh, I'm really quiet now. Okay.
Oh my god! This is really bugging me. This is really starting to crawl up inside of my anus and penetrate me whole. Alright, just ignore what I say in the next couple of seconds, Paul, okay? On stream.
Oh my god! Okay, anyway. Okay. Hey, what I was saying is, they announced at Gamescom, the whole special thing, which is like stamina,
Stamina, perception, endurance, charisma, intelligence, agility, and luck. That's what special. That's what the what's it called? Acronym for special is. Right. I really want to put my controller up my anus right now. This is bugging me to balls.
I heard that! I heard that!
Oh my god! Right, you were saying?
Right, Jaden, speak.
Hi.
Oh, never mind. Alright. They really...
Oh my god! I swear to Christ! You have no idea how pissed off I am right now.
Okay. Let's try this again. They're releasing. Okay, I'm going to do quick fire, right? Let's do this quick fire. 3, 2, 1. Basically, every single time you level up, you get this card pack. These cards, they help get your perks up in special. Once you get to max perks, I think the card packs just become currency or something.
Oh my god! This is so annoying. Okay, when you level up you get card packs, and when you get card packs they help you get perks. And then once you reach your max perk, you can't get bottle caps, which is the currency in the Fallout universe. Okay, go.
You can't buy these card packs, so there's not be any like try-hard pricks going around with like all these maxed out perks or anything. You just can't buy them. You're just gonna have to level up, and once you get to the max level, that's when you just get ball cap. So it was pretty cool. It was a pretty cool, nice way to level up them.
Okay, okay. This is so freaking annoying. Okay, can we just like film the Last of Us 2 thing, because this is so annoying.
No, you've come this far.
No, I'm filming Last of Us 2. I'm not doing it like this because it's cuffing and boltish.
It doesn't need to be that fast, does it? Because
Okay, I'm calling Paul. This is actual boltish now. Alright, looks like we're speaking on here before I lose my Tish. Connection to PSN has been lost! Oh my god! This is cuffing. This is really cuffing annoying.
Did the stream just end?
No, the stream's still going.